Net Raj Chengappa, for your first reaction. The sense one gets looking at those numbers is Narendra Modi, after the seeming setback that he suffered in 2024 Lok Sabha, where the BJP was reduced to a minority government, has almost reconsolidated or regrouped. And we saw signs of that in August 2025's poll. But now we are seeing a sustained period of stability. On the other hand, it appears that the India alliance, which 1.5 years ago appeared to have the momentum with it, has again taken a few steps back. Would that be the broad analysis of what is how you are seeing the mood of the nation? Mr. Modi recapturing or retrieving lost ground from 2024 in a substantial measure?
Well, let's put it this way. I agree with you, and I would frame it a little differently. I think Prime Minister Modi has regained his mojo, if you'd like to call that, given the fact that this particular period internationally was among the most trouble that we had experienced. Whether you look at Trump and the tariffs that he's imposed and the kind of global churn that he's caused, look at our neighborhood, which both Bangladesh and Pakistan are good examples of what the kind of turmoil that is there, though we've improved relations that's there. And of course, China has always kept us on a blow hot, blow cold. Globally, there's so much of turbulence that's happening, and yet Prime Minister Modi and the NDA and the BJP, of course, seem to be having tremendous amount of political and economic resilience to weather this storm and come out looking far, far better than what they did in the previous poll. If you recall, Rajdeep, that those numbers had dropped in the previous poll as compared to February 2025, where the BJP and the NDA had lost. In fact, the BJP had dropped down to around 260 seats. Now I think you will see it go up quite substantially, giving it a simple majority, and the NDA going right up to 352 seats if we take the vote share that's there. So remarkable turnaround that has happened, and just goes to show that Mr. Modi's leadership, the trust that people have on him, and the fact that in these very troubled times, they're looking for a leader that can deliver on all these key issues that are there. And as you can see, the economy is also doing very well. We've seen the fact that there is a Goldilocks period that is being talked about. You have high growth, low inflation. All these indicate very stable leadership, very difficult times, and yet they seem to have come out with flying colors in this particular poll.
Right. Let's get more reactions. Rajat, Sethi and Sanjay Jha with us. Sanjay, I know you have a very different perspective to Prime Minister Modi's leadership. Raj Chengappa saying, look, there's a trust factor that's underlying these polls. Do you go along with that, Sanjay? Is there a trust factor? Why don't you take that, Rajesh Kalappa, why don't you take that, since you're with the Congress party? The Congress party clearly has not built on the momentum that it had in the immediate aftermath of the 2024 mood of the nation. You've substantially declined. In fact, if elections are held today, you're at 182. That's the India alliance such as it exists today.
If I'm not mistaken, Rajdeep, I think even during the elections in the 2024 general elections, the mood of the nation had predicted that the NDA would get at least 75 more seats than they actually got. And if I'm not mistaken on that. So therefore, I think these mood of the nations are regularly done in order to kind of show the emperor the mirror, and a very happy image at that. But that's all right. I think as far as the real issues are concerned, whether the aftermath of Pahalgam, whether you want to call it a success or a failure, is something which will decide on the basis of where you're seated. And if we have still not been able to identify who are the attackers in Pahalgam, how did they come in, how did they go, and where are they? And at least after the Mumbai attacks, we knew who were the attackers, and we knew we had somebody on hand. I think until we do that, I think there is going to be a question mark with regard to how these kind of major terrorist attacks are.
We will give you the numbers of how. You see, this is a poll that shows the mood of people. It's one thing. It's not the political mood. It is of people of the country. But Maria, you have more numbers to share with us.
Okay, so let's look at the next set of numbers. So the question that we had asked was, if Lok Sabha polls were held today, what will be the numbers in terms of the big two political parties, that is the BJP and the Congress. BJP would be roughly around 41%, similar to what they had 1.5 years ago. And the Congress at 20%, minus one, others at 39%. That includes BJP plus and also other members of the India bloc. And if that were to be converted from vote share to the actual seat numbers, the BJP would be around 287 seats. They would have gained 27 seats from their previous tally, and the Congress would be at 80 minus 17. So, Rajdeep, the question also would be that if this is a mirror to the government, shouldn't it be seen also as a mirror to the opposition? Why are they not able to consolidate and improvise on the numbers that they had in 2024 Lok Sabha polls?
Absolutely, Maria, particularly given the difficult times the government has gone through in the last 12 months, both on the economic and foreign policy front. Look at what's happened with tariffs at one level on the foreign policy front. Look at what's happened domestically when you've got constant questions being raised over issues like unemployment, agitations in different parts of the country. Even then, the opposition seemingly has not been able to capitalize on the mood of discontent 11 years into power. So clearly, Mr. Modi's done something right. The word that Raj Chengappa used, which I think resonates, is a trust factor. It's not often that Sanju Verma will smile at a question that I posed to her. But Sanju Verma, these numbers should make you feel good, that there is something that you're doing at the moment which is giving people a sense that whatever else is happening around us, difficult economic conditions, difficult foreign policy situation, people are trusting Mr. Modi. So you can smile today.
Rajdeep and Maria, and of course, Mr. Chengappa, I just want to say that, we are all aware of the two black swan events that have happened in the last couple of years. The COVID pandemic in 2019-20 was a huge black swan event, followed by the Russia-Ukraine conflict, which started in 2022. That was the second black swan event. I say that the third black swan event was Prime Minister Narendra Modi becoming the Prime Minister for the third time in a row, the only leader to become the Prime Minister consecutively for the third time in 62 long years. And why I call it a black swan? Because the entire Darbari ecosystem had written off Prime Minister Modi, saying, 2014 was a fluke, 2019 किसी तरह इन्होंने सरकार बना ली, 2024 में कुछ भी हो जाए, नरेंद्र मोदी तीसरी बार प्रधानमंत्री नहीं बनेंगे. You have had 3 black swan events, and I say 2029 will be the 4th black swan event. Narendra Modi will take charge at the helm of affairs again. But I will substantiate what I'm saying, not with rhetoric, but pure data. Going by what you have put out on your screens a couple of minutes back, the combined vote share of NDA, you're saying, will be 47%. The combined vote share of NDA in 2024 was 42.5%, which means that there is going to be a 4.5% increase in vote share if Lok Sabha elections were held today. And that 4.5% increase is something that the NDA will have in its kitty. You are also saying that vis-a-vis the NDA getting 293 seats in 2024 Lok Sabha, this time we will get 352, which is a rise of 59 seats. And look at what you're talking, in terms of what the opposition is all about. You're saying that the opposition's vote share will be 39% vis-a-vis 40.6% that they secured in Lok Sabha 2024, which means you're talking of a 1.6% fall for the dot alliance. And you're also saying vis-a-vis 234 seats that the dot alliance got in Lok Sabha 2024, they will be limited to 182 now, which means you're saying that their seat tally will be down by 52 seats. So to break it all into numbers, NDA will see a rise in vote share, NDA will see a rise in seats, the dot alliance will see a fall in vote share, the dot alliance will also see a fall in seats.
Sanju Verma, just one correction. You got all your facts right, except that Narendra Modi is not the first Prime Minister to win 3 consecutive elections. There was someone called Jawaharlal Nehru who also won 3 consecutive elections, 52, 57 and 62. He won 3 consecutive elections.
You said something, I need to counter that, please, with no offense to you.
Yes.
The reason I said, and I say it loud and clear for all of Rajdeep Sardesai's fans who are watching this, Nehru was not the first elected Prime Minister of India. We all know Nehru was the first selected Prime Minister of India.
Madam, 52
Out
he
of
was
60.
elected. No. See
can
these,
I please?
madam. Now you see now you're
56.
no. I just wanted to make a correction because it's important to do these fact checks. Please, please,
You're
ma'am.
wrong.
52.
Nehru was
You
never
can
the
you can
first
say
elected
what you
Prime
want.
Minister.
Selected, elected. I'm
Nehru
only
was
giving
the
the facts,
first selected
ma'am. I don't
Prime
want to
Minister
get
of
into a
India.
dispute. Let's focus on the numbers. I only have, madam. I have to. Let's go forward. Let's go forward, ma'am. Let's go forward. Let's
Rajdeep,
go
I
forward.
want-
I want to bring in Rajat Sethi for just a moment. Rajat Sethi, you know the trust factor. Sanju Verma threw numbers at us, and those numbers are reflected on the screen. Maria will come up with more in a moment. But the truth of the matter is, there seems to be a trust factor associated with Modi, and perhaps the opposition has been unable to get its act together post 2024. The India alliance itself is today in some element of disarray, fighting with each other in the states, perhaps together at the center, but no common minimum program. You're only as good as your opposition is. And in a way, is this about the trust for Modi or a certain lack of confidence in the opposition?
Well, I think Rajdeep ji, what I felt is that over the couple of years that NDA post 2024 elections has been trying to regain ground, they have shown remarkable tenacity and consistency. They stayed with the same set of ministers. They believed in the team, and then they went on to the basics, trying to correct wherever they felt things were going wrong, including the economy. They put in a lot of effort in bringing reforms. It was a very positive agenda with which the NDA approached. But on the other side, what I felt was that why was the opposition not able to capitalize on the window of opportunity that they had? A wrong selection of issues. They kept selecting issues which did not resonate on the ground. Election chori, vote chori was carried on as a narrative for one full year without, credibly registering this into the minds of the voters that this is an issue about democratic rights and all of those things. That remained a very philosophical discussions which were held with Rahul Gandhi and his set of advisors. Beyond that, the resonance was very low. That is number one. Number two was this credibility crisis that India alliance suffers throughout. Look at Maharashtra. Maharashtra was one state where they, saw huge gains in 2024 elections. But thereafter, what happened? The entire formation collapsed and within because of this set of ideological inconsistencies because there is no central glue. See, CMPs, the common minimum programs, does not work in today's day and age. You need to have the core
And there
ideological
isn't
glue
any.
to
Rajat,
hold your
there
alliance
isn't
partners
any
together.
common minimum
Otherwise, your
program
own MLAs
also.
will leave the party. And
The
this is what is happening in Bihar.